Hey, everybody. Welcome to Ferrall the Prophet. I am in sunny Chicago. After about 36 hours of trying to get here, I finally got here. Overall, a big disappointment, though. Scott, last night I was at Michael Jordan's. I think you've eaten there. And we did carve up a massive steak. It was like 145 bucks, but we split it between three people, so not unreasonable. And it was fucking great. How you doing?
Hey, I have one of those in the Grand Central Station as well in New York, a Jordan's.
Yeah, I think they do. It was actually, I didn't have high hopes, Scott, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be kind of one of those bullshit celebrity places, but the chef knows what he's doing. It was damn good, bro.
I think the bartender back in the day at the one at Grand Central was a Coke dealer.
I'm guessing you probably bought something from him.
Yeah, like I went there and he gave me things and I was like,
Yeah,
what's happening here? I'm trying to get a steak and somebody's giving me, gaggers.
right.
Are we on the check, 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 check?
So let's run down some stuff. There is a lot of shit going on, bro. I mean, crazy shit. And as always, there's even some killings. There's some crime. I mean, there's all kinds of shit. There's some crazy doings in the sports world. How about should we start with jazz? Just because it's so fucking funny. Chisholm.
Yeah, why not?
Let's
Go
do it. I
ahead.
mean, I mean, you know what? Let's see. It's a pop up to second base. You're on.
Honestly, it had to be the worst base running blunder I've ever seen in my life, ever in 60 years of life. And also, I think that how stoned are you to like not get back to first, the pop up to, second, and then the first base coach doesn't tell you either. I think that he should be fired.
Yes.
And it was the worst blunder I've ever seen, honestly, that I can ever remember. I don't believe I've ever seen a guy get picked off of first on a pop up to the second baseman with the guy just leading off of first. It was bad. Let me tell you something. They suck massive porno cock.
Terrible.
I mean, they are losing now every day.
Terrible.
And let me tell you something else. They lost the lead in the wild card. The Red Sox have passed them. Their lead now over the third team in the wild card is down to a game. They are in trouble.
Yeah.
They, started like 45-20. Since then,
Terrible.
believe it or not, you won't even imagine. They have the third worst record in baseball
Wow.
behind the Rockies and Pirates over the stretch of time
Since then, yeah.
since they were 45-20.
Insane.
They are awful. And I'm starting to feel like, no joke, that they're not making a wild card either. They're like
Yeah.
really bad. They stink.
Yeah.
And not only that, their defense is atrocious. Horrible.
I listen. They do not look good. I would not put my money on, for them to make the playoffs. I agree with you, Scott. They just look fucked up. And by the way, I think their pitching stinks. So what else you got?
Well, no, I just want to say, so if you look at the Mariners are a game and a half behind them. That was like Sunday afternoon. It could be even worse.
Yeah.
By Monday. It could actually even be worse.
Right.
So anyway, they're a disaster. I want to go back because I have so many things I want to talk about with you.
Awesome.
I want to start with another guy. This guy Perryman of the Chargers gets
Right.
at the airport. Now, Denzel Perryman, a linebacker, arrested on felony weapons charge.
Good God.
How many guys go to the airport and bring a gun with them and are stupid enough not to know that they have a gun with them and that their life is going to change dramatically in a matter of minutes? Like, how many guys do this stupid fucking blunder move? That's worse than Jazz Chisholm at first base.
It's right up there with Plaxico Burris. Oh, really? I'll shoot myself in the leg right after winning a Super Bowl and ruin it for the team the following season. I don't know what they're thinking, Scott. What kind of time can he get for that? Can he get 4 or 5 years?
Actually, he got popped at in a traffic stop, so I'm completely tripping. I'm thinking of guys go to the airport with a gun. This guy got with a gun in his car. Now, the problem that I have with it is that why do they search the car? Like, so the guy gets pulled over for speeding, and why
Right.
is it that they search him and, strip the car down and find the gun? Like, can't you just get like pulled over and like, get a ticket for speeding? How does it turn into they search your car and find a gun and then you're toast?
If they arrested
We've
him,
already
Scott,
seen 50 guys at the airport show up with a gun.
yeah.
And I'm, it's my bad, but this is not my bad that he got popped with a gun in his car. I don't have a problem with guys that roll, because they do, with guns in their car. The problem with the popo searching the car, like what gave him the essence of, we need to search this guy's car in broad daylight and find weapons, which they did. So I guess they were right. But what gives them
Scott.
the audacity to think that this guy's got a gun on him? He plays in the NFL,
Right.
and then they shake him down.
Well, I have a question for you. Because you are a man of, at this point, you should have a legal degree. Was there probable cause? I mean, if there was probable cause, that's going to stick. If there was no probable cause, he has the money for a lawyer to get that thrown out tomorrow. So if there was no probable cause and he wasn't doing something that, made the cop go, hey, wait a second, I'm now concerned either for my safety, for whatever. If there's no probable cause, he's going to get off in 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah? Well, they found 5 guns, and 2 of them were assault-style rifles.
He's in trouble.
So now everything changes from he had a gun, he now
He had
has
an armory.
5 guns, and 2 of them are AK-47s. Like, what is this dude doing driving around Lipstick City with that many guns, or even that many AK-47s?
He's probably selling them.
I mean, what are you doing?
He's probably
Assault rifles. What are you doing, bro?
yeah, I mean, seriously, Scott, you hear all these stories. That guy with an automatic rifle drives from Nevada to the NFL offices to shoot people up. Why is it so easy to get a semi-automatic weapon? Do you really need? I guess like for hunting rabbits or something, you probably need it.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Now, what about this guy? Now, we talked about him before on the show. This guy, did you see how many rounds he shot off? Like, this guy emptied 5 clips all over that Park Avenue office building.
Yeah.
He didn't just go in and kill people. He shot so many clips of bullets.
Yeah.
Like, there were bullets on every floor that he went to. This guy went off. He was like,
Right. Scott, why aren't more people dead?
Clip. I mean, my man went in there and handled
Yeah,
it.
but Scott, seriously,
Business.
why are with that many bullets fired? Is he just that bad a shot? Because 4 people or 5 people got hit, and he let go with 100 bullets. Like, that could have been a massacre of unbelievable proportion.
I think so. And it's very unfortunate, all the people that got killed in that incident.
Nightmare.
So what did you think of Luka's deal? Now, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
He got
165.
3 years and 166 million.
Yep.
So my guy, Robert Raiola, who's the tax man.
Right.
I don't know if you knew that.
Right.
This guy used to go on my show all the time, and he'd break down deals. He ends up getting literally, when it's all said and done, I think he got 79 million. So it was 166. He gets 79 million
Plus California.
after taxes in
California.
And he'll 79 million of the 166. So I think most fans think that when a guy gets, 285 or 166 or whatever it is, Supermax deal or just this kind of deal, that they get all this money. And unless they're in a tax-free state, they don't get that kind of scratch. So he got, bottom line, 3 years, $79 million. That's what he's going to clear. The rest of it goes to the tax man.
You know why that works, Scotty? So basically, these guys have to have a kind of accounting power because they pay tax. They pay state tax, Scott, in 15 states. So if they play 2 games in New York, they pay 1/40th of their salary to New York. They pay half of it to California because half of the games are home, right? So they pay half California, But they also, Scott, they play like 4 games or 8 games in Texas. Everybody loves the Texas swing. There's no tax. So all the players go through Texas and they only pay federal tax. And the players who live in Texas and play in Texas and also have to play like the Spurs and the Rockets and the blah, blah, blah. They 50 out of their 80 games, they don't pay state tax. So you're right, brother. It's a pretty good deal,
So
but it's
where would
bad
you
if you're in
rather be?
California.
I know, but what if you, like, you're in Texas or you're in Tennessee, you're
Scott,
in Florida, you're in
hold. Scott, hold. Something, your audio. Do you hear anything weird? I'm hearing some weird feedback on you.
No.
I mean, maybe it's
Level.
all right. Pick up right where you were. I can clean it up afterwards with a filter. Go for it.
So, like, what throws me off is guys, there's so many states now that you can actually get tax breaks. But at the end of the day, it's really neither here nor there. So my question to you is this. This guy is going to be a Laker, and he is the face of the Lakers now. It's not LeBron
No,
James.
it's him.
How do you think he's going to do with the Lakers? Now, I don't know how many years he's got. He's got like 3 years to it. He had a year. It was going up. But he's going to win a chip in LA with the Lakers, with their new ownership, with Walter, the Dodgers owner, and with LeBron at his age. Now, LeBron has opted in. He's going to be back again for his 90th year.
Yeah.
How do you think the Lakers will do? Do you think he'll win a chip with all that money they just gave him or not?
So I'm going to go with not, Scott, and my reasoning is pretty simple. I still think when your absolute primary superstar on your team can't play any defense whatsoever and gets hunted, endlessly hunted, I think there's just something that causes, a fatal problem. Like you look at what went down with that OKC team. Their leadership gets down. They're dogs. They play defense. Name a lot. LeBron during a lot of his wins. LeBron was a great defender. Michael Jordan, beyond great defender. Tim Duncan, beyond great defender. So, Scott, that's my reasoning. I just think when your lead dog just doesn't play any defense at all, you're not going to win. But we'll see. I don't believe they will.
I have to admit, he looks fantastic.
He
and I
does.
think, what I've been hearing is that I actually studied what he did.
Yeah.
He's been doing this 16-hour fast every day. And then for 8 hours, he'll, have a normal meal. So he has like one meal that matters. And the rest of the day, he's not eating food at all. Now, I know today was a Jewish fast. Like Sunday was. And I know that my buddy told me that it was the day that, the temple crashed or something happened.
What?
And I told him that I drove by the temple and it looked like everything was fine. But he told me that the reason why nobody showed up on Sunday to play basketball was because it was the Jewish fast. And
What the
I know
fuck
that
is that?
you never, you don't fast for anyone.
No.
But you don't have any body fat. So I don't know what the deal is.
I've never heard of that. I mean, Scott, here's the thing. Like, I know that the Jews, like you Catholics, God bless you all. You apologize for yourselves 365 days a year. You go to
Don't
confession.
blame us for your fast.
No, here, let me
You're
explain.
walking
Let me
around on
explain.
Saturdays.
Let me explain. So my point is this. As Jews, Yom Kippur is 24 hours. We say we're fucking sorry for everything we did all year. Then the very next day, we go back and do it all again for 364 days. There's no confessions. There's no confessionals. Like, we just have one day, but I can tell you that day wasn't here. It's in the fall sometime. That's bullshit.
This guy told us, and it's a holiday, and I was like, playing basketball. He's like, it's because there's, a fast, and I was like,
what is it? Rod Carew
Now
and
listen.
Sammy Davis Jr. Day? What the fuck?
What? No, wait. Do you believe in Luka's fast, a 16-hour fast?
Yeah.
And obviously, you see how ripped he looks.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks
Great, bro.
I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. I know you're talking about him, but I look great too. So he's not eating food.
Yeah.
Now, I do. I have to tell you,
Do you
I
do
do
that?
the same thing.
Do you?
I don't eat I don't eat breakfast. I don't eat lunch.
Really?
I don't eat all day, and then I'll eat a big dinner. Like so, the other night I had sausage, spaghetti. So I had like with meat. It was not bolognese. It was with sausage
Right.
in the pasta.
Yeah, it sounds
fantastic.
fattening as fuck. Go
And
ahead.
then it's ruined by 34C by bringing it back like a haunting the next day. Like, it's not I don't just have dinner. I have I have the same fucking thing 2 days in a row.
Right.
So she'll say to me, goes, I'm not doing anything for dinner. You're eating the same thing again. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. No problem, baby. I love you. And meanwhile, if I said anything bad, she would just stab me with like shears
yeah.
and like kill me.
Yeah.
So I don't eat. And then like, he's not eating. He looks fantastic. And I'm thinking, maybe I look fantastic because I'm doing the same thing. Now, I never knew it was a holy day. I never knew that. So the whole thing throws me off my game plan.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about another individual that's having problems with the popo.
Who's that?
This chick, Richardson.
Yeah.
Sha'Carri Richardson. Now, I have to say,
Big star.
when you saw her ads for the Olympics in Paris and you saw her running and she runs faster than any woman in the world, she hauls ass.
It's great.
So when she's running and she has like nails, like remember when they had like the
I
don't remember
Flo Joe did it. They all had. Yeah.
Flo
yeah,
Joe.
Yeah.
She had nails like
yep.
this long.
Yeah.
So this chick was like running and just blowing people away running. No one can run with her.
Nobody.
And she, I think you said she had a penis.
Never said that.
To that effect. That she had a dick. And I was like, this chick's a badass. Now, I'm a fan of hers because she like roasts the field.
Yeah.
She wins. She blows everyone away. And she finishes strong. Like when she's done, she's like sticks her chest out.
Yeah.
And she like, and she like comes down off of the race. She's like lit and she's just completely lit. So what happened was she was arrested at the airport. Now, this is the story I should have been talking about when I was talking about the airport. But when you get me doing shows and I've had a bunch of rum,
you're dyslexic, man.
Things can go downhill fast.
And they did. They did.
Well, but we recovered.
Well, I think you bounced back beautifully. I think it's a great recovery. Unbelievable.
I really feel like it was a strong comeback. It was like,
no question.
It was like the Rockies down 9-0 and they win 17-16. Strong comeback.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Against the Pirates. But anyway, she was arrested at the Seattle airport. Now, she was arrested on 4th-degree domestic violence. And she was at the U.S. Track and Field Championships in Eugene, Oregon. And now she has to go. She's going to go to the World Championships in Tokyo in September as the defending world champion. But she was booked into Des Moines, Washington, wherever the fuck that is.
I don't know.
Police station. And this is what happened. Apparently, she got into a disturbance between her and her boyfriend, who is a sprinter.
Yeah.
This guy's name is Christian Coleman. Now,
he's fast as fuck, by the way. He's fast as fuck.
She's fast as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, when they have sex, it's like less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, and their kids are literally going to be the Flash. Go ahead.
Really, literally, and the Flash was fantastic.
I love the Flash. My favorite superhero.
We're both fans.
Yeah, love him.
We're fans.
Yep.
That's strong effort stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's footage, and they have Richardson reaching out the left arm and yanking away Coleman's backpack, and then she got in his way, and then he tried to step around her, and she cranked him into a wall.
Right.
She appeared to throw an item at him,
Mm-hmm.
and the TSA said it was headphones that she threw at his face and tried to skull fuck him with the headphones.
Yeah.
The police officer said, I was told Coleman did not want to participate any further in the investigation, declined to be a victim, declined to press charges. It didn't matter. By the way, if you remember this chick, Sha'Carri Richardson, didn't she didn't compete at the Tokyo Olympics because she got busted for weed. So she failed a weed test.
Yeah.
And now she's up her boyfriend in the airport. It's not a good look for him. Have you ever had a girlfriend, beat you up at the airport and then you had to live with it, the consequences?
Can I ask you something though, Scott? All right, look, what would you want that man to do? He's got two choices. One, He could just pull an OJ Simpson and run through the airport, and she's like the fastest woman in the world. He's like a full second faster, so he can run. That's one, but he'll look like a jackass. Number two, he can fucking swing back. He knocks her out, pulls a total fucking Ray Rice.
Yeah. I think the best thing to do would be C, not react, not get involved. So I think that's what he
He
did,
did.
right? So she's the one in trouble. And it's crazy when you think about it because she's been in trouble at the Olympics for weed. And now she's been in trouble beating up her boyfriend at an airport in Seattle. I mean, it's not a good look for her. Meanwhile, I actually, I do want to have sex with her.
Well, I don't blame you for that, because just like him, I think you're typically very, very fast in bed, and I think you guys would be beautiful mates. And on top of that, you'd have some great looking kids. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'm in.
I always thought she was kind of hot because she's
Yeah.
like really
Oh,
ripped.
Jack.
Like, have you ever seen?
Oh.
Do you like chicks? Do you like chicks that are
Yes.
ripped with no body
Yeah,
fat and
I
they
did.
have muscles
Yes.
and they, you know what I mean? They're shredded.
Yes, that's a big yes. I really do, Scott. I'm into like the gym chicks, that whole thing. I think it's great.
I think they're rare to find.
It's not easy.
I do. I think chicks are like that are rare to find. All right, I want to talk about the next guy that disturbs me. Did you see the guy in Montana that went into the bar and he shot a bunch of people dead? And then, as usual, so what happened was the attack took place in the morning, and the victims were killed in a shooting at a bar. It was a bartender and 3 patrons at this place. And they say that the guy that did it is armed and dangerous, and he went into the woods. He was wearing a tie-dyed shirt, blue jeans, and orange bandana. And then now they've shown pictures of him, whatever. The bottom line is that the guy killed a bunch of people, and he ran into the woods. Why is it? And now they've blocked off. Literally, he's in a national forest, right? So they blocked off, like, it's illegal to go in there, close the national forest. And the police are looking for this guy. And, how many times do we see the killer? As you know, I love killers. How many times have we seen the killer end up like a vagabond living in the woods, like trying to survive in the forest, and like in the elements out in the woods, in nature, hiding under, maybe in a cave or under rocks, or under in a like a area under a cliff or something, like in an underhang, and then he's got like trees and leaves, and they cover themselves. They try to survive out in the wild, like a man, like Bear Grylls, that guy
Yeah.
that he's really good in the woods.
Yeah.
Why is it that they always find that these killers end up running into the forest?
So I have an answer for you, and it's this. Most muscular women, I think, have hamburger-sized vaginas. Are we still on that? I lost track. Sorry. So the
Let's move on to the next story. The Connecticut Sun are going to be bought by a group of minorities. I think that's people in Boston, and they're going to move them to the most racist city in America,
Boston, yeah.
to Boston.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You know what I think about that? I think it's all about the money, bro, because that team will do very well in Boston. Scotty, some of those WNBA teams are actually making bank now. There's 16,000 people showing up, and they're making some money. And let's be honest, Scott, you really think you can run a professional organization out of an Indian reservation in the ass end of Connecticut? It makes no fucking sense. No sense.
All right, so let's go to the next story. Very important. Most NHL players are no longer drinking during the season. They drink in the off season. They drink if they win the Stanley Cup.
Right.
They get
Right
drunk.
out of the
They go
cup.
to strip clubs, everything else. But now they don't drink during the season. And here's why. Because it disrupts their sleep. So according to doctors, a sleep consultant at Harvard, and everyone's talking about this, is that it takes an hour for alcohol to break down in your body. So there's an enzyme in the liver. It takes a while to metabolize a 5-ounce glass of wine. I don't ever drink a 5-ounce glass of anything. I just wanted to
Never.
say right now, this
Yeah.
is a double
Yeah.
rum, and it's gonna take a while for it to go through my body. Apparently, if a
Right.
player drinks at night, metabolism usually takes place after he falls asleep. So if you take a glass of wine or a beer 30 minutes or an hour before sleep, it's probably going to get metabolized around midnight or 1 a.m. That's where problems start. So it's common to think that alcohol, which is a sedative, can help people fall asleep quickly. Wrong. The issue comes later during the window in which metabolism would occur. It would be within the typical 100-minute sleep cycle. So just so you know, this is what's important. Stage 1, light sleep.
Right.
Stage 2, slightly deeper. Stage 3, deep sleep. Stage 4 is rapid eye movement, REM. Where it takes place is stage 3. It would disrupt the cycle's most restorative segment. Now, what's funny about this is that I wear the heart monitor because of my open heart surgery, the Whoop, and it breaks down my sleep every day. Now, let's open this up and take a look today. It's very important. Here's my sleep for today. So I got 76% of my sleep. What that means is I got 6.5 hours of sleep. I was awake for 1:10. I was having light sleep for 2 hours and 45 minutes. I had deep sleep for 2 hours and 28 minutes. I had REM sleep for 1 hour and 17, and I had restorative sleep of 3 hours and 45 minutes. Now I got 67% of hours versus needed sleep. And then the bottom line is that that's basically 85% sleep efficiency. One day a guy said to me, the GM, why aren't you going to the morning skates? I go, because you never get better. And he said, what's your problem? I said, my problem is watching your fucking team play hockey. I need to be drunk to watch your team play hockey. They're so fucking awful. Now, fast forward 25 years, and now players won't drink at all during the season. And meanwhile, back then, I mean to tell you, after games, the players and I drank like fish. We drank on the bus. We snuck drinks onto the plane. And then we went to clubs. I wasn't allowed to go out with players to nightclubs. I went to strip clubs. Fuck nightclubs. I went to strip clubs. And we drank all night. We woke up with hangovers. We played the morning skate with hangovers. We played games drunk because we suck so bad. Now, in 2025, going into this next season after the Panthers won back-to-back cup titles, no one in the NHL, apparently no one, drinks. And the guys that do drink in the league, they end up in the league's rehab program for alcoholics. So if you drink instead of not, being sober and, getting sleep, everyone thinks that if you don't get the sleep you need, you're an alcoholic and you need help.
Well, I can tell you that, like,
how fucked up is that?
I know. So I can tell you this, like at night, I wear a cock ring that's connected to my watch. And so I time how many minutes I have a piss boner and how many minutes that I don't. And I find right now, Scott, that I have a piss boner sometimes for 45, 50 minutes. Then it will go down, it'll soften up, but then it goes right back up again.
Mine's at least 2 hours. I can carry a rum piss boner for at least 2.5 hours. I can literally carry it from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. before I have to get up and let it fly.
Right. So I'm going to start wearing an apnea piss boner mask. That will help me to keep my Johnson from being hard while I sleep.
So I already wear an apnea machine, and see what it's doing to my. I told you this before.
Yeah, river runs through it, bro. Not a good look.
It's causing rivers and dents in my hairline. It's awful.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to get to the final stories. Very important. A large great white shark was spotted off of Santa Monica, and it was
big.
15 feet long.
Yeah.
I am not swimming in any water that I cannot see my feet. So turquoise or bust for me, bro. I don't want anything to do. Now, remember, I was a surfer in Huntington Beach. I was a surfer in Hawaii.
No good.
I was a surfer. I love surfing. I will no longer surf due to how many people have been getting eaten by sharks. If I can't see my own feet and knees and dick in the
No
water.
good.
I don't go in the water. Not only that, my son is afraid of the ocean because he's afraid that he's going to be eaten by a shark. Now, wherever you go now, there are giant sharks eating people and attacking them and biting them. And I don't want anything to do with the fucking ocean. My daughter was at the shore all weekend. I didn't even want her to go in the fucking water. You know why? Because that dirty ass New Jersey black ass ocean water in the Atlantic, that's where they are. They're right offshore waiting to eat people.
Yeah, and they also, you go in that water, you can get bit by a shark, or you can actually catch gonorrhea at the Jersey Shore. So either way, it's way too dangerous. I would not let your kid go down there. It's disgusting.
All right, real quick, are you creeped out by Joey Silk? All of his fashion,
I am.
all of his Met Gala, all of his front cover of the Sports Illustrated. He's in a cold tub wearing like a burgundy silk outfit with his hair all wet, and it's almost like he's a porn
Win a Super
star.
Bowl, you
And it says,
that.
it literally says Burr on the front page of the Sports Illustrated. Are you creeped out by Joe Burrow, Joey Silk, and all of his? He's so sexy. He's like, right said Fred. You know, I'm too sexy for this
I'm
shirt.
done with him.
He's doing cold tub photo shoots,
Jackass.
wearing fashion clothes. How about he showed up at the Met Gala with no back to his suit, a backless suit? I am creeped out by the Bengals quarterback, and I'm no longer a fan. I think he's fucking. He's a freak.
Yeah.
I'm a little weirded out by him and all of his, Gucci catwalk bullshit.
Yeah, no,
I really am.
I'm totally with you, Scott. I think the guy should focus on one thing, and that is to try and win some football games, because he's either, listen, he's a great fucking quarterback, but you know what? He's either takes some heinous injury, or, it's a choke up in the playoffs. You know what, young man? Clock is ticking. Win a Super Bowl, then you can dress up any way you want. I'm done with you.
Why do people keep throwing dildos on the WNBA
Because they
court?
can. And that's the only answer. Because they absolutely can. And if I was there, I would throw a Lilo, which not only gets the vagina, it gets the G-spot, it gets your clit, and it gets your anus all in one. And I would throw it out there.
Did you see that dildo? Big, giant, 10-foot dildo that they threw on the court. It was actually, it wasn't 10
Great
foot.
way
It was
to
10
end it. Look,
inches.
I mean,
10 foot would be an enormous.
Sky, absolutely
cock.
great way to end it, because for me, that was the coolest thing that happened in sports all week. So I'm going to give the guy who threw the dildo the Dank Box Award for today.
Okay, what about Shooter McGavin? The next time we're on, we're going to talk about your friend who
Chris McDonald.
was in Happy Gilmore 2. Who wasn't in Happy Gilmore 2? I'm surprised I wasn't in it. They had every person in the world in that movie. I got to tell you,
do that
when we
story on
do
Thursday.
that, I'm actually looking forward to that, because Scott Scheffler actually showed that he's not a garage door. In that movie, because I thought he was personalityless. Now it's true that he actually can be funny. So we'll talk about your boy Shooter McGavin on the next show. I'm glad you're in the Windy City, the city with broad shoulders, the second city. You need to go to some really cool restaurants there. I don't know if you've had breakfast at Eddie DeBevic's yet, but I mean, there's a lot to do in the Windy City. By the way, they're saying now, as you know, I sent it to you, that there actually is a man living in a bean in Chicago, that someone put a newborn baby in the bean when the bean was created at the park in Chicago. And now they're saying that a full-blown man lives in that bean. And there's protests outside of the bean in Chicago.
Scott, it just reminds me of the classic John Travolta movie, The Boy in the Bubble. There's someone in the bean. John was in that bubble. And for me, it was just a heartbreaking story. I have to go.
If you don't sign up, you're going to miss our college football and pro football picks all season long. If you don't sign up for the Ferrall and the Profit app and profitable.tv, you're a cunt, and you're not going to get all of the football picks, and that makes you a cunt.
See you later.